Morning, everyone. Today, I want to talk to you about the injury mindset. Now, it's a Tuesday morning. It's quite a nice day. It's all things running today. One of my favourite topics. This is the first episode I've ever changed a few seconds before actually doing it. I was actually going to talk about chafing today, which I'll cover in a separate vlog episode, due to the chafing issues I faced on my 12-mile run on Sunday. So I was going to obviously go through, what you can do to avoid chafing issues for longer runs. However, yesterday, anyone who was watching my yesterday's episode will have seen me pull up a little bit as I was running, as I had suffered a minor calf tear. Now, you say, "Oh, what I'm running?" Well, I'm running incredibly slow compared to what I'd normally run. It's all comparative. I'm running 7.5 minute Ks at the moment. I'd normally run, to do these vlogs, about 5 to 5:15 minute Ks. So I'm out. I'll tell you the truth. If I wasn't doing this vlog and committing to this challenge, I wouldn't be running today. I'd be resting probably for at least a week. Now, there's a caveat here because I'm going to talk to you about a few things that I do when I'm injured to try and remain positive. Because it can be incredibly, it's depressing when you train so hard. You're doing really well in your running, and then whack, you get hit with an injury, and it just knocks you back. So first and foremost, I wouldn't normally recommend going out running the day after you get injured. And I know that if I would rest for 2 weeks solid, my calf would be back to normal, and I'd be good to go again. However, I don't really want to be known as walk-preneur. So kind of defeats the point. So I'm going to commit to trying to run through this. I'll talk you through my mindset on how I'm tackling it each day. So even though I'll cover my normal topics, I'll perhaps do each day. I'll perhaps do a minute session on my mindset, how I'm feeling, how the injury is, just so that runners out there can tune in perhaps for the first minute and see the journey of recovery. So what am I going to do to kind of overcome this injury? Well, firstly, I know a lot about this injury. The reason being is that I've switched to barefoot running beginning of December last year. That's 2019, and I'm doing it because I'm due to a world record attempt at London Marathon as the fastest male marathon runner dressed as a ninja, which I have to run it in under 4 hours 17. Now, you'd think my PB being 3 hours 38 wouldn't be a problem. However, it's a different sport, running barefoot style, and I can vouch for that, having been trying to make the transition since December, and this is now my 5th calf tear. So 3 on one calf and 2 on the other. So barefoot doesn't discriminate. Now, the reason being, the first few I've been out for 6 weeks. I think the first 3 calf injuries I was out for 6 weeks at a time. The latter one, it was about 2 weeks. So I know from the feeling of this and how I pulled up quickly enough that potentially it might not be as serious as the others. But with the others, I wouldn't have been able to come out doing this. So I think I stopped early enough. So rule number 1, if you feel an injury, slow right down, because quite often people get injured whilst they're on a run and they might be a significant distance from the finish line or wherever they're running to. If that's the case, just go down to a walk-run pace. I mean, I'm at, like I say, 7:30 K pace here. I was actually probably, this is relatable to my when I hit the wall in my first London Marathon, fastest marathon on record. I was walking down the embankment for the last 5K. I've talked a little bit about what it's like to hit the wall, and I was literally probably slower than this. It felt like the hardest run of my life. So I'm not far off that pace really at the moment, but I still feel that, I don't know, I think, although this goes against probably what most coaches will tell you, I feel that this is getting some blood flow, some oxygen into my calf, and it might actually help the healing process. And the problem that some people get with muscle-related injuries is they'll rest, but they won't stretch or roll enough. So I am going to be rolling every day and stretching every day to try and obviously ensure that my muscle heals and it doesn't heal contracted. If it heals contracted, it's obviously shorter, because when you get scar tissue in your muscles, if you heal and you haven't stretched it out, it will heal and your actual muscle will be shorter when it heals, which makes a weak spot. So when you stretch and you try and have explosive power in your muscle again, it will tear again or subject to it'll be suspect to tearing again. So bear that in mind. So stretching and rolling is super important. So I'll be doing that religiously, morning and evening, whilst I'm coming through this injury. The next thing is like I say, this is almost like a little stretch, like a recovery run or an injury recovery run, because I'm going really slow. I can feel my calf pulsing every step, but it's not hurting, and that's different. A little bit of stretch and a little bit of pulsing, I think you can manage if you're really, really careful. I'm on some grass now, so it's a little bit softer underfoot. But it's really, really important to understand your body, listen to what your body's telling you. And I can tell you now, if it really started hurting, I would walk, and I don't have a problem with doing that. Or I'd drop my pace even slower to maybe 8 or 9 minute Ks. So I'm just kind of nursing the pace based on how the calf is feeling. So hopefully this will be doing it some good. I don't know, I'm not a physio, I'm not a sports injury specialist by any stretch, but I do know my body, and I know this injury particularly. So this is why I'm kind of giving you this. The next thing is my mindset. Yesterday I was snappy with my kids, which was horrible. I was just a bit negative, and it's not a nice place to be. 1 second. Typically, my business partner's trying to ring me on my watch when I'm doing my vlog. So as I was saying, my demeanour was very negative. I was down. I was doing really well. I had a really good, just over 12-mile run on the Sunday. Felt really, really good. Without any food, my fitness was really good. And then whack, get hit with the dreaded injury. And it just knocks you back, and you get all depressed about it. It's a horrible feeling when you're injured and you're trying to make progress. But I had a lot of time yesterday to digest it and put a plan together how I was going to tackle it, the stress and then of how am I going to do my vlog. I don't want to be a walkpreneur, which would be fine, but it's not my thing. So so I went out and actually ordered all my promo kit yesterday, which is going to be really cool. So I've got lots of running kit to promote my brand when I'm doing these vlogs in future. So in the next couple of weeks, you'll see me in lots of orange, as that's my brand colour. So it could be quite interesting. So that cheered me up a little bit. But yeah, putting a plan into place on how I was going to deal with this. So I decided I'm going to continue doing the same mileage, but no long runs at the weekend. So I'll be dropping my mileage. I'm averaging kind of 55 to 60k a week. I'll commit to 5k a day now, just to nurse myself. Maybe for this week, I might see how I am. So this week I'll do 5k's, and then next week I'll do Monday to Friday 5k's, and then maybe Saturday, Sunday, if the calf's feeling better, I might stretch it out to maybe a 10k, and then nurse it up from that. So I've got a plan already in mind on how I'm going to overcome this. I'll keep my water consumption at the height it always is. I drink a gallon of water a day, 3.7 litres. So that will help keep me hydrated and hopefully help with the healing process. I'll probably have a few baths. I'll probably raise my calf as well when I'm sitting on the couch to try and get the blood flow to it. So all the things that physios do generally recommend, I'll be doing. I'm going to try and run through this one. So I'm going to take you with me. This isn't what I'd normally do, but I'm going to try it. It might actually help. And I think my logic behind it suggests it may help, as long as I am very, very conscious of the injury, how it's feeling, and how hard I'm running. I mean, you can see ahead of me here. Hopefully I'll get the editor to pan the camera ahead of me. There's a little blue fellow in the distance. Now, I don't think he's running particularly quick. I'm so competitive normally, I'll be wanting to chase him down. That's just my style. But he's pulling away from me gradually because I'm running quite slow, and a little bit of me is going, go on Kev, go on, chase him down. But I'm not. I'm going to do this the right way, and I'm just going to nurse myself back into fitness. So the lesson here is that it's natural to be down and depressed once you get an injury, but you only remain in that state if you don't formulate a plan on how you're going to tackle it. So you need a plan to recover from injury. So what are the daily habits you're going to do? So we've talked about mine. I'm going to foam roll once a day. I'm going to stretch at least once a day. So foam roll at least once, stretch at least once a day. I'm going to make sure I continue with my 3.7 litres of water consumption a day. I'm also going to come out on a 5k for the next 12 days. Okay, and I'm going to do it really slowly at this pace. So I'm at 7 minute 40 mile pace. When I started this one, I was up at 8 8:30. So as the calves warmed up, I've managed to get a little bit extra pace, and I'm going to let my injury dictate the pace. So I'm going to stretch it out very, very slightly, but without putting any form of stress on it. Just trying to get the blood pumping through it, and blood and oxygen is going to help heal it. So that's the name of the game. So hope you found this useful. I'll give you an update each day, like I say first. But the moral to the story here is, as you're training for a marathon or you're training for a race, you have a race plan, you have a plan, a training plan. Then you have a race plan. Well, injuries are no different. Have an injury recovery plan and stick to it, and you'll give yourself the best opportunity to recover as quickly as possible. And then if you've got an injury recovery plan, like when you're running, you see yourself improving, which feels like progress. Progress gives you that kind of lift and motivation to continue. Whereas when you're recovering from an injury, feeling your body recover is progress. So it feels, again, you may have taken a couple of steps back, but you're progressing back to that level again. And again, that is motivating and inspirational, to obviously keep you going. So hope this has been useful. It's a little bit of a different topic. It's the first one I've done that I've changed literally 30 seconds before I run. I thought, you know what, I'm going to talk about, just so happens it's a Tuesday as well, which is all things running, which helped. But I will add a minute or so to each of my vlog episodes over the coming couple of weeks, just on how the injury's feeling, what pace I'm running at. And my heart rate is down. My heart rate's down really kind of quite low, 115 beats per minute, way lower than what I'd normally run at. I'd normally run at under my MAF zone, which is 145. So I'd normally be running kind of 140, 135 to 145 on these episodes. So I'm protecting myself. Heart rate's a key one as well. One final point here. If my heart rate was higher than it should be, it's not today, but if it was higher than it should be, it means it's working hard on my injury, because your heart is how hard your body's working. And if you've got a cold or if you've got a slight injury, your heart rate will normally tell you just by looking at it, if you're familiar with what your heart rate should be at certain paces. So I know that, actual fact, my injury isn't progressively getting worse at this moment in time, because my heart rate is still at a nice stable level. So that's something to consider as well. But I'll talk about this more, like I say, over the next 12 days as I'm nursing myself back to full fitness, and hopefully I'll be back to full fitness within the 2-week time scale that I've set myself. And like I say, hope you found this useful. Anyway, I'll tag a few people into this post who I know have struggled with injuries, so that you can see kind of how I'm dealing with it, and hope it'll be useful to you. As always, please ask questions, comments, debate with me. I know this is it's a bit controversial what I'm doing, but the caveat is this is primarily because of my social experiment of doing this vlog every day, that I'm perhaps doing something I wouldn't normally do. But I'm going to test it and trial it, and I'll obviously give you the results, and hopefully it's quite useful. So any comments, I'll always respond. That's my guarantee. If it's a bigger topic, I'll still respond, but I will do a separate vlog episode and tag you in the future. So that's my guarantee to everybody. And as always, if you could like and share it, or subscribe to my channel if you're on a different platform, it'd be much appreciated. Because if you think this helps with anybody, then obviously anybody that I can pass this out to get in front of, it's going to be hopefully beneficial to them too. So please help me get a big reach. That'd be great. If you don't like it, as always, just unfollow me or unfriend me. It's no problem. I completely respect. I don't want to be cluttering people's feeds up if you don't want to see it. So by all means, feel free to unfollow or unfriend. And as always, I'm trying to live by my mantra. So stay positive, stay happy, and I'll speak to you on the next episode.